back, and it was definitely more than an hour. It was more like an hour and a half, maybe two. Who knows? But I'm here now, and that's what really matters, right? I think. So I'm back again, and this time with cards and such things. So I think earlier I had said that I was going to use the Thoth deck because it was spot on 100 last night, and then I used it for the personal reading. And then we ended up doing a little bit more. We did demon cards and angel cards. And now I don't really feel like getting into the demon deck currently. But when I was shuffling the mandalas, I dropped a stack. And I happened to be talking about myself when I did it. So I was like, you know what? These are for me. I'm going to read these later. And then I thought, instead of reading them to myself, why don't I read them out loud to the class, right? Put myself on blast, maybe. Because I said, oh, those are for me. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it on the stream. So here we are. And before I do that, I'm so sorry, but I like to just get the ad out the way now. So be right back. All right. Quick, easy, painless. You about to get dealt with. This is my sweatshirt backwards. A little backwards, but you about to get dealt with. Is this not the perfect tarot catchphrase? I'm obsessed. I think it's like a university thing. I will have to check. I wear it all the time, but I never really read the words. Greenfield, Greenwich, something like that. Don't know where it came from. Thrift store, regift type situation. And I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I was just inspired to wear this on the chest today. I feel like it's very much the vibe. And I'm first to get dealt. Like I said, I was about to do a mandala card reading, aka the angel cards, aka the cosmic deck of initiation. And I dropped a pile while talking about myself, and I said that those are mine. But I'm sharing them, so obviously the message can also pertain to you, or you can just get to know me in this way. Either way, or either where. Here we are. Okay. Universal love. Oh my God, above all things, love. Of course, I believe in love. All you need is love. A girl has got to eat. All you need is love. She'll end up on the streets. All you need is love. Love is just a game. You know, universal love. I definitely feel that I am someone who loves very deeply, wholly, and truly. It's been a very big theme of my life, my entire life. It comes with the nature of being poetic, yes. It comes with the great desire for grand gesture romance, sure. I'm 87% Amelie. Exactly what you heard. So, universal love, very apt. It's that frequency that we've been talking about with the extraterrestrials. But it's, oh man, yeah, it definitely feels like that Beatles song, but not the one I was just singing, because that one's kind of a cop out, and I think that you do kind of need more than love. It's two different things. You can't really, I don't know, bold statement I don't necessarily agree with. The one that universal love actually sounds like is, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Okay. Unity. I am meant to bring people together. That's like the mantra. I am meant to bring people together. Sometimes you gotta stand up and question shit and raise yourself to authority or organize the people or carry out your plans however you need to because you're meant to be united and something has to be the spark that bled. Something has to be the thing that catch, you know? It's moments of progress are the ones that face the most adversity. Okay. We've got Pisces energy, so I said this was my reading. That's great. Maybe something Pisces sees. I don't care. Moving on. Universal abundance. Letting it all come to you naturally, right? Letting the universe unfold the way it's going to. Being welcoming to new energies, to new wealth, new ideas even. I feel like this universal abundance is not just monetary, it's not just material, it can't just be fixated on earthly things, it's of the universe, right? So universal abundance is like being gifted all sorts of things, like intangible things, like feelings of like new characteristics, like I'm a brave person now, or I'm a healed person now, or, you know, abundance in different ways. It comes to you as gifts for things that you cannot be kept or held, right? Law of limitation. Just a reminder that when you're manifesting, you absolutely have no power to manifest a person into your life. You can will things into your existence, but if you do it against the will of another, it may work. However, there will be repercussions, such as they don't really want to be there, right? So there's always limitations. Universal freedom. People are going to do what they do. Universal freedom is hand in hand with the law of limitation. Everyone is free to decide for themselves. So no matter how much you want someone to do something or be with someone or whatever, that's why love spells are not really much intended for a person to return to you as much as it's to find love and find why you were maybe not in love or what wasn't or what ended, you know. Getting to the answer to call it back into your life at all, not necessarily winning over the person that you lost. Because everyone does have the freedom to walk in a different direction, no matter how hard you pull them. Right? Okay. Law of life. That's life, right? It's like you really, for the most part, when you are unaligned with your purpose, yourself, your anything, then you're gonna end up interacting with and being around people who are not for you and maybe not good to you and etc. But when you start to align, what you naturally attract to you is things that are for you and aligned with you, and so these manifestations will work, right? Because it's supposed to be. So if you're manifesting from a place where you're not putting in the work and not doing what you need to do, then the things you manifest aren't going to be what you want them to be necessarily, because it's part of the process, the law of life. Leo, Pico, where you at? I know it's gone for a minute. Hopefully you come back. I might not make it very late in this evening. It seems slow, quiet, and I did a personal reading, so I might take the opportunity to dip out. Leo is obviously fire energy, golden sun. It's ruled by the sun. Beautiful yellow vibes. I think solar plexus, right? I should really look it up before I say it. And Scorpio. Damn, in a row fixed energy. That's hardcore me too. Gemini, wow. Okay, we love Geminis. And universal spirituality. Everything works itself out. Everything works itself out. And believing is half of receiving, right? It's like universal spirituality is knowing that we all inherently believe something. We all feel a greater power being or essence around us, that even if we all have different meanings for it or different interpretations of it, doesn't mean that we don't all feel the same thing. That is universal spirituality. Okay. Law of attraction. I was literally just thinking how I was like, oh, I said that was a personal reading, and then I was like, oh, you can't manifest anyone, and it's like, right, I'm like letting it be known how I feel about people, and then letting them go, right? Like that's been my whole lesson. And so if they come back, or if they're still on my mind, and I'm in the process of being like, all right, I tried, then maybe that is the law of attraction, is that it comes back because they want to, not because you can manifest them, right? Hello, light seeker. How you doing? This is not your first time here. Oh, you were here last night. You came with the psychic group, right? Hi again. Universal healing. This came up last night too. Wasn't I doing these cards when you all showed up? That was so lovely. What a surprise. It was lit last night. That was like a big moment for my channel. I'm okay too. I would even say pretty good. Because, I don't know, I just feel like being in the mood of good. I guess, I feel like, okay, I don't know anything about you, but it's funny because I'm not super tired, I'm not super awake. I mean, I feel like maybe I was smoking too much on the personal stream because I was kind of catching up with a buddy kind of vibes, and so now I'm like, whatever. And I'm not necessarily out of it, but just now I was shuffling and some cards fell out, and it was like, oh, I'm so tired. And then I thought of that Evanescence song that's like, I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. And I just feel like maybe if that's you, and if you have to leave, I wish that you would just leave, as your presence still lingers here, and it won't leave me alone. These moments feeling, yeah. And you're kind of sick of people being like, oh, and you're like, fuck it, oh well, I'm fucking tired. I've been using that phrase also where like physically I'm not as exhausted as I am mentally, and so when people ask how I am, I'm like, I'm fucking tired because I'm tired of the shit, right? And you about to get dealt with. We have universal truth where it's like, speak up though, make it known, make the boundaries super being clear. Law of transmutation, anything that comes out, anything that comes in, it has to be renewed, if not just transmuted, right? So nothing is ever destroyed, and it's always reformed. The law of transmutation would suggest that once it emits, it must be received in some capacity, right? So if you send the frequency of love, then someone shall receive the frequency of love. If you send the frequency of hate, someone shall receive the frequency of hate. If somebody sends it back, etc. And then, universal truth really reminding you to speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up, speak your truth. Stop trying to make it less than it is, or more about something else, right? Trinity. It's a trifecta. The Trinity is like the opposite of a black hole, right? So the Trinity is those moments in the sky or in life where you see those things. It's a pinpoint of creation, whereas a black hole is a pinpoint of destruction in a very broad sense, because we aren't fully sure how black holes work, but a trinity is like the opposite of a black hole. So if the black hole sucks out everything that exists, then the trinity is creation and can bring anything to life in its path, right? So law of free will with regards to what is possible, right? People who try to sell you on, you can manifest anything, blah blah blah, they're either like really insidious, doing dirty tricks and like selling you bad magic, or they are teaching you that there are limits and you can't just like manifest a specific person who already exists, as much as you can decide what you want in a person and decide you want to manifest those qualities in another human being, and that human being shows up and presents himself as such. Okay. Crown. Open your crown chakra. Let's focus on the crown chakra. it's like the last level of alignment that you have to get to is this. And it's like you have your third eye open, but do you have your mind open? Are you parachuted? Are you like ready to dive in and understand that some of the concepts that you once believed in are suddenly outdated for a modern world, right? Whether it's spiritual, physical, communal, whatever. Yeah, manifestation has to apply to the same laws of the universe that literally all things in nature already adhere to. So, giver of light, be proud of yourself and how far you've come, and remember you're a beacon, and of course, flames attract moths for a reason. So just remember, like, not everyone in your life is actually a butterfly. It's simply your own reflection in their wingspan, right? Hence, Taurus, me AF. 3 out of 4 of the fixed signs came up in the past 15 minutes that I've been using this deck. Leo, Scorpio in a row, and now Taurus. And I am a Taurus. So, very cool. I just had this deck out because I did it for personal reading, and there was a pile I wanted to read on here, and I did the pile, shuffled it a little more, got a few. Last night the Thoth deck went really well, so I was thinking tonight I would do a Thoth reading again. You are? Yeah, there's some... Okay, this is what's been going on lately, and I don't really know the specific cause, but I can definitely see it. Like, see it and feel it in my own life, where it's like, oh yeah, that's spot on. But it's come up in the past couple days, like, fixed energy just being, like, ready to pull back, shut down, fuck off, right? I'm not going to tell people to fuck off anymore. I'm going to fuck off and see how they like it. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to get up and go. I'm going to withdraw and pull back. The fixed signs, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. And like, life may go on and you see how it feels, and everyone else can see how it feels. And when they ask you to come back, then they are more willing to cooperate to keep you around, kind of, right? Or you find that, fuck it, you're better off alone. With Scorpio, no offense, that seems to be a running theme. There is just such a, I don't know, most of Scorpios I know are social and have probably a lot of, like, friends and acquaintances, but they have, like, one person. Yep. That's the lesson to teach as a fixed sign. Oh, you think I have fixed energy? Let me show you what that means. Bye. And they're like, oh shit, thought you were going to be loyal to a fault no matter what I did. It's like, nope, it's actually not exactly like that. So it's all about the withdrawal, sitting back, resting, realizing you've done enough, and letting other people catch up is basically what it's been for the fixed signs. And our season, Scorpio season, I'm Scorpio rising, so I just, like, very much Scorpio. People guess it all the time. I get Rachel McAdams references too often. Scorpio season is gonna be very lit. Scorpio season is gonna, not even, like, Libra season is gonna start making things make sense. There's gonna be some kind of big reveals where it's like maybe not even good things. It's more like information rather than happenings. But Scorpio season is gonna have more a celebratory feel to it and be like more. Things are going to be more obvious and out in the open by that point, because Libra season might get a little messy. And that's why, leading up to these days before it's about to transition, there's been a lot of mystery around Libra season and what's about to happen during it. And it feels like a slow period. And we're supposed to be sketched out by everybody. And there's so many retrogrades going on that it's like a lot is about to be fucking revealed. But not a lot's going to happen necessarily. But Scorpio season, life picks back up, and by Capricorn season, we're like done. Like, it's all in place, done. Like, it's popping. It's integrated into life, whatever the transition, the new stuff. So it's cool though, you know? You got that to look forward to. It's a great way to finish the year, right? Yup, sure is. So before you get too deep in, I'm gonna just do a little 60 seconds. I guess you're the one who's here right now. I appreciate who else is tuning in. They're just being quiet. We can pull more of these cosmic initiation cards if you want to. Or, like I said, the Thoth deck was really hitting last night. It's the most general. We got Aries on the top of the deck, fresh start, new year. But I'm open to doing any of the decks. If there's something that you were more curious about, from work to love to guided messages, just holler at me, throw it in the chat. Like I said, I'll be right back. Just a little 60-second ad, no big deal. Just what we gotta do, if I'm keeping it brief. Hey. Okay, I got confused. It's the lag, I think. You know, the chat has a lag, but the video has a lag, so it's like, it's a lag. I get confused when I was like, oh, what kind of deck? And then you said reality checks was the last thing you said. And so I thought, I was like, what? So yeah, I have not used the pink deck in so freaking long that I'm actually okay with that. And I think the Thoth deck last night was definitely very romantic, which is rare to see with the Thoth deck. So I think it is a very obvious choice to naturally go towards the love deck, the pink deck. So I like that. Thank you for choosing it. I would have never chosen it for myself because I personally do not want to know. Got you. Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up, by the way, because I was like, what the fuck? It's like I don't always truly fully remember what the fuck I'm saying. You know, half the messages are channeled, so then with the lag, it does leave such a gap sometimes. It's funny though. Not something I actually mind. I'm gonna light some incense, but I want to light something kind of like romantic. Violets, right? Because it's like flowers. Seems nice, right? I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Showed you at every party when all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Okay. You about to get dealt with. Listen, I don't know why Bruno Mars came up other than we were talking about retrograde, and that is the energy of retrograde, is wanting to thank you, wanting to revisit a lot of things, old flames, situations, etc. I love singing. My music's not good, but my voice is beautiful, and that's the whole point of my music, is it sounds like shit because I don't even have to fake it. I still sing really well. Just kidding. That just makes me sound like an asshole. It's like you're humble and then you say some shit like that. And it's like, yeah, well, it's a fucking balance. Wubba dubba lub dub. I'm Rick Sanchez. Anyways, what does that have to do with your love reading? Nothing. I'm a sit down comedian. What can I say? The list of things I do is endless. Call me a bard. Call me a jack, like of all trades. Queen of spades. Something else. Anyways. Me when confronted with a compliment. Gosh. Yeah, I like get so awkward that I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Like, yeah, right. I am so overwhelmed with joy when people actually enjoy what I do. Okay, so we are gonna do a quick love reading. I say quick. We'll see how it goes. I don't know why I'm saying quick. I'm just sneaking it in there, basically, because I've been trying to be tough and not wanting to look into my love life because I don't want to know, in a sense. I've been not avoiding it, but uninterested. Like, I feel that there was a very romantic era of spring and summer, and in my opinion, it kind of got nowhere, or it fizzled out, or things were dramatic and blew up or blew over, and it just, things have been quiet and normal and nice and whatever. But I was just kind of over any curiosity I had for my love life at this point. So the fact that you're the first person in a week or two to even want a love reading, so I think it's very appropriate, and I think it's what we all needed, because many of us have been kind of over it, hopeless, and not interested. So good on you for choosing it. You're a light seeker, so of course you will seek love as well. And yeah, sometimes love hurts like hell. I love, me too. I love love. I love being in love. I don't care what it does to me. Take these set of boxes I used to close, break them down, build them back up with your bones. More fixed energy is what I'm noticing first and foremost with this reading already. Okay? I love the format. So just sing. Okay. Just wanted to catch up. So with the love readings, it's very general, and I never even exclude it to like singles or relationships. It's just like however the love is for you in the moment. So for your scenario or for someone else's scenario. So I won't dive into what you're personally asking too much, but it will make sense for you, and obviously you're present and you've chosen this intention for us, so it will feel really personal. My God, this is my personal. As I'm saying that, I have the devil at the top of the deck, which comes up in literally every single motherfucking Taurus reading I've ever watched, it feels like, because I'm being watched by a Capricorn most likely. It's fine. I didn't really just say that fuck out loud. I don't care anymore, bro. I can't, and I'm not even mad. It's like, oh, the Hermit. It's maybe the Virgo. I get it. Goddamn. Wheel of Fortune. Just trying to turn my fucking luck around by clearing out my karma. I have zero malicious intent. I have zero interest in ruining anything or being a fuckboy, which I realize that maybe I am, Nice. So that maybe okay. I think that's another personal one, but that's how I started the reading too, was with that cosmic initiation cards. I was like, oh, these are personal to me, but I'm going to read them out loud. And I'm like, that's personal to me. Literally comes up in every Taurus reading I ever watch. Any personal readings that I've gotten over the years, I have very brief periods of ever not gotten the devil. And there's just not that many Capricorns that I've ever known, or ones who are obsessed and almost home or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's just like a lot's come up lately. This retrograde, this whole year has just been like my 10-year reunion with myself and my life, my reflections. Like, I just see things differently. I see the part of me that I, didn't see before. It's just a crazy time, and that's why, we're pretty mature, right? My Venus is in Aries, so my love life is a mess, but I'm still a Taurus, so I'm very put together, self-actualized. But your Venus in Capricorn would indicate that you're probably pretty mature in your love life, too. And so I feel like that's why you can recognize, like, oh, it'll be some time before I'm with anybody, but here I am just curious about it, because who wouldn't be? It's love, and love is great. I love being in love. That's what we were just saying. So one thing I really do love about this deck is that it is these, like, metallic cards, right? They have this like rose gold metallic finish, but I think it's just a classic Rider-Waite illustration. So they do tend to slip and slide every which way, but because they move so much, I typically don't really deal with like too much of them being on their side, unless I'm gonna just, I guess I'm getting at the fact that I'm putting them all together, and if they're upside down on the side, we'll honor that, but I don't like leaving them on the table because they move around too much. So because we had so many, we're just gonna do this, and we'll go through it like a stack, because it's easier to manage. But first things first, we've got some wands to tend to. So 2 of wands and 7 of wands. So what we're looking at is definitely 2. I know, right? They were gifted to me by my lover, who is a Gemini, which is the Lovers in the Tarot deck, and it's pink. So I was like, yo, it's for love readings. Thank you, my love. It's amazing. What I'm seeing here is 2 people going through things emotionally, individually, and that has big twin flame energy. So for you to ask, okay, you're actually a perfect example, and I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, or if you even realized it, or if you even care, because for the longest time, I was very much apprehensive about like twin flame stuff. It's not my avenue, and anybody who knows me would know that, and so it was very surprising when a few months ago, I was using my Galaxy deck, my mystery deck, that I mostly used to channel aliens. I was doing twin flame readings, and I was like, God, I don't want to be one of those readers. Like, I don't want to be into this corny shit. What the fuck? But I honor spirit, and I honor what the message is. And then I realized, no, I'm actually an excellent matchmaker. I've always been great in, you know, advising people in their love lives, and I even came up with the 5 stages of love. So, of course, I'm going to do twin flame readings. It's actually totally within my wheelhouse. It's just kind of embarrassing because of the rep that it has and the misunderstanding that people put on it. You are a great example of someone who probably will experience a twin flame connection. Your Venus in Capricorn is one indication, but your patience, I think, you saying it'll be some time. Part of what makes a twin flame connection is like the fact that you do so much alone. You do a lot of life separate. You do a lot of healing separate. You do a lot of suffering separate. And with a soulmate, you're alongside them and they support you through it. With a karmic, they're the ones probably causing it. But with the twin flame, you're already past it, and you get the best of each other while also knowing the bad parts, and maybe even seeing the bad parts, but having already dealt with so much of it on your own, because it's like it takes a different kind of person, and it's a different type of soul. But ultimately the connection is so sought after, pure, or overhyped, because it is just like really good times where you don't have to go through the bullshit of like fucking suffering through things or working it out, but it's also like, probably doesn't last as long. These twin flame relationships don't usually last as long, because it's usually someone you meet throughout your life and you're not ready. So by the time you get together, it's like, not limited, but there's usually, oh, thank you, Shupper. There's usually like something holding the connection back, or you're not at the point where you've progressed yet. So it's like a shorter lifespan for the love, but it's a stronger, more intense, more easygoing kind of love too. It's just short-lived because you don't go through all the bullshit, but that's why you have less time with the other person, and that's why most people might think they are with their twin flame, but it's like, it wouldn't really be a twin flame if you're like just with them already, especially at a young age. It's more like if you were with them at a young age and then got back together 20 years later kind of thing. Because that's just the type of connection that it is. So yeah, this is definitely, I'm not saying that this reading is a twin flame reading. Like I said, the mystery deck is for that. But the reason I brought it up was these 2 cards being here, the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, is 2 people not even looking at each other. One's looking forward, one's looking back. Either way, they're both, it's kind of like the one looking forward is putting in the work, going through stuff, handling their emotions, sitting with it, dealing, coping, moving on. And this other person is kind of looking back and like processing, reflecting, remembering, deciding, contemplating, right? So one person's doing the work, the other person's considering the work, basically. Um, and I'm not going to say that's on Twin Flame, but also I would not be surprised. Okay? It's hard to just deny all everything. It's very hard to just deny all everything. Okay? So yeah, 8 of Discs on its side. Once again, someone's not putting in the work. And so you're putting in the work to yourself, that's one thing, but whether or not you put work into the connection is entirely whether or not the other person does. And it's only fair to have an equal connection that's reciprocal. Um, because wasting your energy on someone, right? Wasting your energy on someone who like doesn't want to be in it or with it is just like, what's the fucking point then? Like, yeah, it is kind of a waste of time to a certain extent. So it's like you can do all the work you want, but at the same time you just gotta focus on yourself. Temperance, taking a break from it, doing what you can. You put a lot into the connection. Now it's time to like walk away, I guess. Yeah, 9 of Wands on its side. I seen, or no, 4 of Wands on its side. There's no union at this time, and whether or not you want it to lead to a union later, or if you want to let it go entirely and never revisit it, is basically entirely up to you. But it's not going to happen now. So if it doesn't happen now, will it happen later? And you just have to ask yourself that. Some people can be patient. Some people can give second chances. I am a big fan of second chances. I think everyone in general deserves second chances. And for people to assume their potential partners or new partners are automatically going to be perfect and they don't deserve grace when they fuck up once or whatever, it's almost inhumane to me that it's such a common culture to feel this way. So I do believe in second chances, right? But you don't want a one-sided thing. So if they come back, right, later with something to offer, then perhaps you still take it. But to me, this is why I was avoiding the reading, because it's like, don't ask me about later when you can't even give me the grace of saying no right now. Fucking tell me that then. Don't fucking ignore, ghost, immature tactics, non communicative, and then the apology later is sorry for being immature or an idiot or whatever. Can we try again now? You could have just handled it in the first place, and then yeah, we could try again later. However, ugh, it just seems like, ugh, what are you even giving to get a second chance? That's the questionable part of it. Like, girl, I don't know. Um, it just depends on how the effort comes out. If, like I said, if it's ghosting, ignoring, avoiding, like, and just say, I don't know, I feel like I might have feelings for you, but I'm in a place where I want to explore more. You know, you can just say that. I don't really know who I am yet, so I don't want to be tied down to any person. Cool, I'm gonna be sitting at home anyways. Like, what the fuck? But if they just like lack communication and whatsoever, we don't want to overhype someone who might just be preying upon our very emotions, right? And so the card is face down. So if a card's face down in my readings, I just see it as something that needs to come to the surface. And when it's on its side, it can go either way, right? So this is on its side and face down. Ace of Swords, we just don't know right now. Nobody knows right now. Libra season is going to reveal all these secrets. So if there was something like there's no union at this time, blah, blah, blah. But then it's also like all this information is going to come up. And it's going to like kind of answer your questions. And I don't know if it's even going to come from the right person or not. But it's just one of those things. Like I already guessed it. Nothing could literally shock me at this point. But then the star is Aquarius. So it's like maybe something unfolding in Aquarius season, maybe dealing with Aquarius, back to fixed energy, right? So now we got all 4 fixed signs tonight. The star card's a surprise or focusing on the self. Could be a pregnancy, anything. It's not usually, but something, because this is a love reading, it like could be that. We just don't know yet. Is kind of the energy. Is like, I don't know. Another face down Scorpio. Here you go. Aquarius and Scorpio back to back. Oh, yeah. See, that's why it's like maybe revisit it. People can be genuine. It's like if you have the decency to admit to what you're going through, then sure, we can talk about it later, dude. That's fine. That's not what I'm dealing with. That's why I was like, I'm not trying to have this reading because I don't really fucking give a fuck what their side is. If you can't say it to me, that's what I said last night. If you can't speak to my face, then don't speak to my soul. I'm gonna run one ad though. I try to keep on it every 20 minutes so it doesn't bitch at me. So I'm gonna take 60 seconds before we go deeper into this reading. But it is the death card on its side, Scorpio. So it's like you're in or out, and it is up to you ultimately. So no hard or incorrect or right feelings. All right, all right. We're back. Um, yeah. So it's up to you whether or not you want to revive this or kill it. Basically, Queen of Wands on its side. Is the passion even there? We don't even know anymore, right? It's been so long, or it's gonna be so long that it's like who even knows? And you feel so left out the cold. Five of Discs right here. Like how do you like? Will you ever get over that? But also understand that everyone's on their own journey. Six of Swords, and they are genuinely working on it, going through something clearly. And that's such a vague thing to say, going through something, but it's going to be different for everyone and every person. And we can never really know what someone is doing or going through unless they tell us or we see it for ourselves. But this is like a whole ass journey. They might be taking care of someone. It could be like they might be low key, like got like a grandparent at home that they take care of or a parent. Um, they might have a kid that there's some kind of like something going on with the kid. It could be anything where it's like there's definitely like a reason that they're floating away from you, especially if they're honoring the fact that they would like to come back eventually, but they like, why would they want to drag you down with them, right? Even if you're willing. Yeah. Um, and also sometimes things are meant to be, but sometimes it's nice to see people that you haven't seen in a few centuries. You know what I mean? Just a brief, hey, passing, and it's just like the many characters of life. Is not everyone can be a fucking main role. It's like a one episode deal, and that's cute too. You also got to decide what you want to do. We got six of discs on its side. So it's like, yes, I can be the nurturing person who feeds the hungry and takes care of everybody, or I can pull my energy back, which is what the fixed signs are supposed to be doing right now. And you don't even know how to do that. But the world is here to show you how to be, quite frankly, a little more selfish. Look at that, four of discs. He's like greedy in a sense, but paired with the world and with this notion that fixed signs need to kind of pull back and regroup their energy and not do so much for people, would just, this is telling me like, yeah, it's time to not just focus on yourself, but remove yourself. Like literally remove yourself. And like that's hard. Like I am so kind of like, I don't want to say crushed, but I guess what else would you describe when you have a kind of like a crush on someone? And well, it's not as complicated as they don't crush you back. It's that they went out of their way to crush you, by saying that they did feel the same way and then taking it back, right? So it's like it's more complicated to me than anything to deal with something like that. And I see this and it's like, yeah, the obvious thing is to just like block them and cut off communication and not want to see them or whatever. But sometimes it's like, well, why am I still thinking about it then? Why is it still in my mind? If I can rationalize this and accept it, is it just as simple as the heart wants what it wants? Is there a deeper lesson or some flag I'm missing here? Is there a truth that needs to be told? And that's kind of what Libra season is for, is that, yeah, I'm sure everything is about to boil over and fucking spill. The tea is goddamn motherfucking hot these days. For real. Page of Wands. Soon enough, there may be a small offering. I don't know how long. So cute. I don't know how long you've been in separation or whatever, but exactly, I feel like the offer's coming in soon. Page of Wands, where there's going to be like almost like a token of friendship, because the Page of Wands is the early developments of a stage, and Wands would be very emotion based. So it's like, can we feel something other than lust and romance? Can we feel friendship? Can we feel platonic love? Can we feel okay as acquaintances, etc., etc.? Okay. So that's kind of like a fun, cool, whatever the fuck that was. I'm gonna read these out loud. Oh, these are definitely mine. I see the fucking Hierophant already, and I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. We're all worried. We're all worried about the judgment. But listen, I don't flying fuck what people think, and I never did. And if I did, then I certainly would have never lived to be. Never lived to be this person. Okay, first, what I want to say is, do we even like the friends to lovers pipeline? If you are good friends, have you kissed yet? Because the thing is, sometimes we think our friends are good options, and then we realize maybe they really aren't. Because it's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I thought I had a crush on my best friend because he's like hot and fit and like good job and like good person, always has my back, done so much for me, history. It was like the trope, like a rom com, friends to lovers pipeline. I'm like, is this not the perfect person for me? And then I gave him like a quick smooch, and it was like, whoa, dude, absolutely is never happening again. No, this is clearly not the person for me. Like, we are best friends. So sometimes it's good to like experiment. Like maybe you kiss and you're like, okay, I hyped this up for no reason. I think this is actually just friendship, and I'm overwhelmed by the fact that I can love my friends so much. And it can be hard when you are, for sure you don't, but at the same time, hiding it, holding it back, and doing the long con of like never going there because you don't want to ruin it also sucks, because it just gets worse over time. There's only like one person in my entire life I can do that with, and it's because socially it's too much to explain. Um, but yeah, sometimes the kiss gets it out of the way, where it's like it either sparks it or it kills it. And it's like, no, yeah, we're friends, never mind. But I guess it would be good if you were on the same page. I'm personally rooting for my enemies to lovers pipeline, but so far enemies to lovers just meant enemies, still enemies, and using love as war tactics. So cool. Eight of Swords is like blind justice, did it to yourself, whatever, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I get it, I get it, I get it. And then Eight of Wands here is lots of emotions coming in, so it's like maybe the guilty party, blah 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 blah, whatever. We're moving on. Different scenario because I got multiple. Listen. I love everyone. I love so many people. I'm in like a bunch of relationships and no relationships. I just am open to anything that comes my way in a sense, because I live for experience, and it's who I've always been. I've always been primarily single, and my partner and I have a pretty non-traditional thing going on. So fuck this love line. I'm done with it. It's different for me and you. The same reading, different views, right? Different attitudes, different people. That's how these general readings work. This is a new thing because this is the Capricorn energy. And I'm curious to what this is going to be. So the devil is Capricorn, but it's also like a lack of self-control, can represent addiction, or even just like the possessive nature, which definitely is apparent in relationships, specifically of a romantic nature. Yeah, but that's not really what I mean by non-traditional. It's like a little more complicated than that, because we're really just cool people. We're just, I mean, yeah, sort of. I literally love everyone. I think I just like was single for so long that it was easy to just be like, I'm seeing multiple people. I want multiple people or whatever, you know, like it's just part of, yeah. Um, so the devil can be a lack of self-control, possessiveness, and then the Queen of Swords is here to be like, hey, enough of that. Cut off that possessive energy. Fuck that shit. Fuck your stupid addictions. It's time to put in the work. It's like the Queen of Swords is the feminine queen, and the masculine of swords being air, being a masculine element, coming together and being both towards this devil energy, whether it's you and yourself or the other person to you or you to the other person. There is like one person is like the asshole addict type and the other one is like a get your shit together, let me show you how if you don't believe me that it's possible. Okay. And then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, but it's also about like kind of like sticking to tradition. So it could be like traditional values and like, especially because this is in terms of love connections, it's almost like you said, are you polyamorous? It's like, I guess. Like, I guess I do consider myself polyamorous, but I am just really open to love in every way. Thank you, Barbie. So it's not as simple as to say one thing or another. But seeing the Hierophant, that would indicate something more traditional, probably monogamous, probably heterosexual, etc., because then there's also the Judgment. So it's kind of like what I'm getting is letting go of the desire or need to have some kind of traditional relationship, wedding, pipeline, etc., life plan, in fear of other people's judgment of what they think. That's not what love is for. Three of Swords. You might disappoint some people, but it's better than being miserable for your whole life. So while it might be sad for you to have to come out or admit you're never getting married or whatever, not having kids, whatever it is, yeah, it might cause a rift for others and be sad for other people, but god damn it, you got to do you at the end of the day. Shit. Don't you want to be happy for a few moments of being uncomfortable, saying this ain't working, this ain't what I want, this isn't it? Okay? Yeah. I've got some face down cards here. We have the King of Pentacles, so heavy on the Capricorn energy, Capricorn end of things, where the devil's here, which is Capricorn, but then the King of Pentacles. So while we can relate this to that possessiveness in relationships or like addiction in general, the King of Pentacles would say that if you are or dealing with, especially because you're Capricorn and Venus, and like I said, the devil's in all of my readings. Yes, I get it. You stalk me. We get it. Okay. And I did too for a long time, sure. I look at your Instagram. Oh my God, what a sin. Anyways, King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. This is what was happening last night, where like it was the Thoth deck. Me too. The Thoth deck, I did 3 separate piles of readings, and it was like the Knight and Queen of Cups came up, and then the Knight and Queen of Swords came up, and then the Queen of Wands came up alone, and I did like a part 2 for each pile, and the Knight of Wands came up for the second part of the Queen of Wands reading, and so on. So it's just like, and now the only couple that didn't come up last night is here right now. Queen of Knight, Queen of Knight, Queen of Discs, Knight of Discs. That's just like so crazy. Where like even though we just said there's no union coming anytime soon, it's like then what the fuck is all of this? What are these unions? Oh, you already got each other. One of them's looking away. Queen's not even fucking looking at you. I wouldn't even be too concerned about it. But if this is how you're fucking feeling, then fucking say that. She's really not even paying attention. Okay? Really. Me. I'm not. You think I'm not the Queen of Pentacles. I'm a Taurus. And a sassy one at that. Queen of Cups, the mother. Paternal, maternal, parental energy. The Cups family always is. And change. Things gotta change. Some things just gotta change because some things are meant to be. Oh well, get over it because you ain't gonna do shit about it. Nobody wants to hear you complain, and nobody's gonna do it for you, and nobody's gonna make these decisions and be the one to blow up your life. Okay? Bye. Go to bed. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I wasn't talking to you. But your Venus is in Capricorn, so sometimes you want to be spoken to like that. Don't lie. Yeah, you're like, whoo, yeah, it works. Three discs, it works. The Empress, yeah, you're like, mommy, goddess, sit on my face. Yeah, I hear it. Thank you. Anyways, tuning my own what? Okay, so I think I might just call it a night, y'all. I think that was a really cool love reading, but honestly, it's pretty quiet. I'm kind of tired. I had a pretty long night last night. I will be back later tonight. You know what I mean? And I'll probably take Tuesday off. Be back Wednesday. We'll see. I'll do these few cards that just fell out as I was shuffling. I always shuffle the decks before I put them back. So if anything comes out significant when I shuffle, yeah, there's definitely, it's not even like a love triangle. It just seems like there's a lot going on in love, and there's like maybe just options present or something like that. But it just seems like there's a lot going on. And yeah, it could be involved with 3 people, like you said, oh, polyamory, but also it could be kind of like triangle energy. But Nine of Wands, it kind of seems like people are just protective of their feelings right now, and they don't want to say what they're thinking or feeling because they're scared of most likely rejection, rather than saying something as stupid as fear of commitment, because people commit to stuff all the time. It's not a fear of commitment, it's a fear of choosing the wrong person or being in love or whatever. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I'm going to roll an ad real quick, finish these cards, and then probably just call it a night, like I said. And get some extra sleep so we can go harder tomorrow. Okay, so let's just do a little 60 seconds, BRB. Okay, I'm back. And like I said, just going to wrap up these last few cards before I go. 3 of Cups is at the top, and that's why I said it could be a third-party energy, because when you see something like this in regards to a love reading, when, 2 of Cups is love, then I personally see this as 3 people being in love, or a situation where 3 people come together and work something out. Not necessarily a menage a trois, but also maybe even like feminine energy and not needing a romantic relationship, and really connecting with a platonic love instead, right? Um, 9 of Swords, cruelty, gotta stop like hating yourself for that. Gotta stop like being so hard on yourself, like, why can't I find a man? Ew, who even wants to find a man? The second you stop looking, they come out of the woodworks and you're like, was that your plan the whole time? And they're like, yes. Right, and that's why it's like maybe there's a third party energy if you don't relate to that, is what I'm saying about that card, where it's like third party is not always a bad thing, but there could be someone else. There could be a triangle. There could be like you have feelings for this person, has feelings for this person, has feelings for you, or some shit like that. But I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing. But you're torturing yourself. Why not me? Why not choose me? And like I said, having like your friends be the love in your life, but you're like, oh my god, how horrible is that? And it's like, why though? Some people wish they had friends even when they have a partner. So it's just like what you prioritize, but also ask yourself, why do you prioritize romantic love over platonic love, right? So something that needs to come to surface or be realized right now is the lovers. Okay, so it could be a Gemini or Gemini energy in your life, but making a decision. But it just does seem like, yes, maybe there's too much weight on the relationships that you've been in, or the fact that you want to be in, or whatever. There's too much weight on titles, when in reality you should just enjoy each other. You should just like be in the moment to an extent, and practice love and be in love, make love, whatever it is. And relax on the future stuff and trying to see ahead and knowing where it's going, because we don't always know. It's a work in progress. And then we have the Five of Swords. It's not always meant to be predetermined. Sometimes you're supposed to just sit back and enjoy the ride and see how it unfolds. And that's what we've been talking about, especially surrounding Libra season and having so much mystery, is that there's things that we're not supposed to know, and that's why it's going to be revealed rather than us just being told, right? It's going to be a slow roll kind of reveal. We've got Knight of Cups here, so back to like water energy, making an offer, and we've got Knight of Wands here, passionate man coming in very heroic. And what we do see is that these two knights are going in different directions, right? Which I think is interesting. Knight of Wands is like following your passions, following your dreams. Knight of Cups is like very much parental, paternal energy, like choosing family, and the other way, choosing your sanity. So it could be like breaking away from a father figure can help lead you to better relationships. And I hate to think that's what it all boils down to, but sometimes recognizing these patterns throughout history can even show you how to deal with them in your waking life or real life. Another thing that needs to come to surface right now, Seven of Swords, is that it's going to be a lot of work, and you're not always going to yield the best results. You're not always going to get what you want right away. You're not always going to get at the end of the day, it's going to maybe be different, but it's going to be for the same purpose or the same lesson. It just might not look the way you wanted it to, and it might not be the person you wanted it to be, whatever. Five of Cups, yes, life can be very disappointing, as can be love. You may be left disappointed, but you know what? It doesn't mean that you got nothing out of it. It just means cultivate something else, right? We got the Seven of Discs in reverse, where Seven of Discs in my deck is failure over there with the Thought deck. But this is like, oh, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Plant something else. Harvest a new crop, do something different this time. Go elsewhere. Find it. However, the Lovers, once again, popped out. There might be a Gemini in your life that you're fucking sleeping on. And it's just one of those things where it's like you got the Emperor, could also be an Aries. You got to recognize who's really in charge of things. The High Priestess, you kind of know the answer. If maybe you are not considering someone because you're too focused on someone else, you just got to know who's truly in your corner and who's really meant for you and stuff like that. So like I said, I'm wrapping it up, packing it up here. I just like to shuffle before I put them away. So, and I could honestly do tarot all day, but it's whatever, the Tower. Let things fall apart so that they may come together. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, that was a good love reading. Thank you for suggesting it. I think we all needed it. It's really fucking hard to deal with. But yeah, like I said, I was out here a little earlier, did a personal reading, did this. It's quiet. Of course, yeah, thank you too. I think we are not about to get dealt with. It was so soft core. Oh, but I'm tired, oddly enough. If you'd like to pick a number, I'll read from my poetry book before I go. That can be our little closing thing. We've been doing that every day. It's like numbers 1 through 22, and if you pick a number that we've already picked, I'll tell you. I was literally just going to say we've already done number 11. I had a feeling you were going to pick that based on your screen name. And I think it's like a really short, boring one where I'd read it again, but you should still pick another number. Yeah, this is number 11, which, like I said, I've read it before, and if it was not the literal shortest one in the whole thing, I wouldn't read it twice. Just 20 more minutes until they're home. I can last 20 minutes. Since when was it so hard to be alone? The darkness consumes every spot in my brain, and curled up in this bed's gonna drive me insane. Stop. What was that? Did you hear it? Tell me you heard it. It's called The Aftermath of the Mad Hatcher's Dabbling in Others' Business. I don't know if I said that out loud. Okay, number 8, Suck Dry Succubus. We literally did that one last night, so you'll have to watch the stream from last night and pick another number. How annoying. That one's like 2 pages, though, so not the same. It would be probably more helpful to say what numbers are left, but honestly, there's still more numbers that have not been chosen, that have been chosen, but everybody is kind of like into the same numbers and know we have done number one. Isn't that hilarious? It's because we're all like vibing. We literally pick all the best angel numbers. 11, classic 11, 11, 8, number of infinity / life, 1, source of everything. So it's just like, yeah, we all pick the same numbers. Keep guessing. It's almost like we're guessing at this point rather than just choosing. 22, we've also done. 17, I don't think so. Wait, maybe we did. Number 17. It sounds like we did, but maybe we didn't. No, maybe we did. We did read this one already. Yep. See, I'm telling you, the people who come on my channel all end up picking the same numbers. We didn't do 3, but I don't want to do that one unless someone else picks it. We got 5, 6, 9, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, no. Isn't that crazy? Oh, wait. Yeah, 13's good, I think. There's literally more that we haven't read yet. And yet, hey, you're literally catching the end of my stream right now. I know it's only been an hour, but it's kind of late. I'm kind of tired, and it's been slow, so I'm going to go to bed. But I'm reading this poem. It took us forever to pick a number. It is 13. So number 13 is titled The Mad Hattress approaches a life-altering ultimatum. Every day the world spins, the people rise before the sun or when it's gone. I've tried everyone. Every day my head spins, the people stare like I'm the sun, they want me gone. I've tried everyone. Every day the table spins like night and day, the people gone, I'm no one. Every day it feels the same, like a song I've heard before. It sounds like love and despair, like hope hit the floor. Every day it looks the same, like you're just one more. Where did love go? I'm in despair, I'm just another whore. Every day it tastes the same, when it rains, black coffee pours. What does that mean? Okay, so now we up. I was literally about to go. I'm like so tired for no reason. Other than maybe I'm supposed to close my eyes and do channeled messages because that's the alternative to being tired. Sometimes it's just me needing to go, and check in and recite whatever I see and say. What's the vibe here? Me and Lightseeker were really like making peace with going to sleep, and then Pico shows up with the drama, and my good German friend here joins in. You say some shit like that, Pico, it almost makes me want to stay. But let me at least take a break. No, I think I'm gonna go. What do you mean she's fucked up? Message me. I mean, I don't like recommend anybody just message me about their personal life, but I don't see myself as human either. I feel like an alien, and that's why I don't know why I'm so tired. I feel like I did a 7-hour stream last night. I should be fine. See, that's like a lot to be dealing with, like, literally 2 weeks before her fucking trip. That seems really intense. I think I'm too tired for this tonight. We're gonna have to catch up tomorrow. I don't know what it is in me right now. Maybe I just need to meditate, though. I don't want to, like, end the stream and then be like, damn, I should have just stayed on. There's, like, so much to be said. But for some reason, I'm really sleepy, so maybe I need my own reading or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've been trying to... I don't know what it is. I don't know, right? And I just usually, if people have been here all night and been talking, but the first hour was so dry. No offense, lady. I don't even know if you're a lady. It just felt like it just not forced at all. We had a great personal, both of us got something really nice out of it, and I just felt content. And I think I'm being selfish, putting myself first. Usually, like I said, if there's people on here and get hype, I'll stay for hours and hours. I know, right? That's so true. So I'm gonna roll an ad, but I'm gonna take an extra long moment. You're so right. That's literally what I'm getting at right now. Is like sometimes when I'm sleepy on stream, it's because a message is coming through, but like for some reason I'm not committing to doing it. So maybe I just need to think for myself. Let's all take a meditation break. How, okay, I also think, and if anybody's got a lead on this, I would love to play meditation music during my tarot streams because that's how I listen to tarot. Is like I will literally put on meditation music, turn it down, listen to a tarot reading. It's so soothing. I love it, but I don't want to get flagged and copyrighted, and I don't make my own music. So if anybody's got a plug on some like meditation music I'd be able to play on my Twitch streams, do let me know. Let's all take a meditation break. Thinking 10 to 20 minutes, I'll be good enough to know what the fuck to do tonight because, like, I'm already getting the message that no, you should take a rest because it's going to be a long night. I think there's a lot to unpack and a lot going on, and I might be sad about some stuff, and we probably all do need to talk about it. Let's look. 111111111. I'll be right back, fam. We in it now. Meditation break. Okay, y'all. I decided that was only like 5 minutes, not 20. Hi. No, I'm ending the stream. I love you guys, but I'm tired. I want to listen to Dark Side of the Moon in full. I didn't even realize how late it was. The prescription is a meditation. That's the whole thing. I was gonna take a 20-minute meditation, see what messages came through. No, I'm not. I'm calling it for the night. I know. I've only been streaming for an hour. It's like usually, I mean, I'll get like 3 hours in before I'm like, all right, it's slow. I'm gonna call it for the night. But I'm just tired. I had a personal reading in between streams, so I think it ended up being a bit longer, but it was totally worth it and awesome. But it's not even that I'm drained. It's just a little bit late to get into it. And yeah, and I'm tired in the sense that, like I said, I had a few people on here, we all agreed we were all going to take 20 minutes to meditate. And I had my eyes closed because that's how I meditate usually. Is I will just sleep for 20 minutes and wake up and be like, oh, cool, that was very insightful. But I was like, ooh, I like the darkness. I liked the dark aspect. So I was like, I could come on here and turn the light off and then be weird. So I was like, I'm manipulating it too much. I probably just need to call it. So what I'm going to do to continue my meditative state is I am going to put my headphones on and I'm going to lay in my bed and I'm going to listen to, you want to see? It might just be so dark. Oh, but I have this. We may have come to a compromise. Okay, that's pretty cool, but I don't feel like doing tarot. I'm still sleepy. I'm gonna keep this in mind though. Is this like enough lighting? I look terrible. It makes my camera quality look really bad too. Insomnia Mario. Yeah. So I'm gonna put on Dark Side of the Moon. If I could listen to it with you, I would. Thank you. Maybe someday I'll tap into the fucking sleeping category and stream me sleeping. But I think it is time to call it. I think it is about a period of reflection. I think a lot of us are going through some stuff, and we don't even know why, or we're like over it, and we know what we have to do, but it's still hard, and so we're trying to give ourselves grace to do that. Um, Sorry to my homies that I didn't make it to my 20 minutes. They're probably going to come back 10 minutes from now and be like, damn, she left. Should have seen that coming. So hopefully y'all caught up, watched the end of this. I'm going to call it for the night. I'll be back later tonight, right? For more streaming stuff. And of course, if you have any requests for decks or types of readings we want, for sure. And if you watch the replay, we did a pretty insightful love reading. I also feel like I kept catching myself having attitude towards the readings, and I'm like, man, it doesn't just apply to you. Don't all take it personally, but I also made it clear at the beginning of the reading that it would be personal, so like, meh. Time for me to reflect. Time for Dark Side of the Moon. Cannot emphasize that enough. Especially if you can get in the bathtub. Oh man, what a top tier combo. Light a candle, maybe an incense, and put on Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd and just listen. I'm gonna lay back in the dark with my, you know what? I'm gonna bring this with me. Light some super hit or something, and Dark Side on the headphones just sounds like a delightful experience this evening. So, thank you. There you go. I have not had a bath in literally years, man. So, I'm rolling in and I'm going to end the stream, y'all. Oh, I love you so much. Good night and good luck. And I'm sorry to everyone who's watching this replay being like, damn, she couldn't even make it the 20 minutes. Nope, I would have fallen asleep. So, I love you and I'll see you this evening in like probably later, more than 12 hours. Good night and thanks again.